So we have talked about z-test about single mean, which was defined as this. For single mean, the z statistics that we defined was equal to x bar minus mu divided by sigma divided by square root n, right? So, and moreover, whenever one thing that we missed out is whenever the sample size is large, in that case the distribution is approximated by the normal distribution. So whenever the sample size is large, we may approximate the distribution by the normal distribution, which is also known as the Gaussian distribution. Standard normal distribution having mean 0 and standard deviation as 1. So this is the notation. So this z statistics, which is defined by this, is approximated by this standard normal distribution. So this we have already studied. So now let's talk about this z-test for difference of means. Z-test for difference of means. So now for this, consider the situation that you have a large population here, you have another large population here. There are two different populations. So we say this is population 1, this is population 2. So what are the parameters corresponding to population 1? We have n1 as the number of elements here, if it is finite. Then we have mu1 representing the mean of this population. And then we have sigma 1 representing the standard deviation of this population. And similarly, we have n2, mu2 and sigma 2 here representing the number of elements, mean and standard deviation for this population. Now what we do? We take a small sample out of this population. So we have sample 1. So corresponding to this sample 1, we have the number of elements present in sample 1 as n1. The mean of this sample as x1 bar and the standard deviation as s1. And similarly from here we have another sample from the second population. Let me call that by sample 2. So for this sample we have n2 as the number of elements in the sample, x2 bar as the mean or the average for this sample, and then we have s2 as the standard deviation for this sample. So this is the notation here. Corresponding to this notation, because our sample n1 and n2, the sample size n1 and n2, they both are greater than or equal to 30. So that means we have large samples with us. This is the condition that we are imposing. If this is the case, then the random variable, this x1 bar and x2 bar, would follow the normal distribution, because this is the large sample test. So this would follow the normal distribution corresponding to the mean of the first population and the standard deviation for the second one, and this x2 would follow the normal distribution with the mean mu2 and standard deviation sigma 2 for the second population. Now we will define another variable, which is x1 bar minus x2 bar. If x1 bar is a random variable, x2 bar is another random variable, right? So the difference would also be a random variable following the normal distribution. So now our focus would be to apply the test onto this variable x1 minus x2. So basically what we are saying in the hypothesis, we are saying we will now compare the equality of means of 2 samples from different populations. So that is the aim here, right? So corresponding to this, our null hypothesis H naught would become that the mean of two population is equal, and your alternative hypothesis would again be the mean is either not equal, or the first mean is less than the second, or the first mean is greater than the second. These are the three possible cases. If this is the case, we have two-tailed test. If this is the case, we have left-tailed test, right? And in the third case, we have right-tailed test. These both, they are one-tailed test. Okay, so these are the hypotheses. According to this, now what would be your Z statistics? What would be the value of Z here? So you know your variable here of the sample is x1 bar minus x2 bar minus the mean of the populations. This is according to sample. This is according to the population divided by the standard deviation or the standard error, right? So here we would write mu1 minus mu2, which is the mean of the population, and then we will have the standard error here. So basically the formula for this Z statistics here, this is equal to x1 bar minus x2 bar divided by square root of sigma square by n1 plus sigma 2 square by n2. If you remember, for single mean we have this formula, right? So you may also write this formula as Z is equal to x bar minus mu divided by, you can take this sigma inside the square root, so you can write square root of sigma square by n. This is equivalent to writing this. They both are same. So similarly, because now we have two means, so it would be sigma 1 square by n1 plus sigma 2 square by n2. So accordingly, this would be our formula in order to calculate the Z statistic. Now here, if your population are same, then in that case sigma 1 would be equal to sigma 2 would be equal to sigma for same populations. So that means both of the samples are taken from the same population. In that case, this is the formula. So let us quickly see one question, or note, we can just note down the statement. So the statement here is the means of two single large samples of 1000 and 2000 members are 67.5 inches and 68.0 inches respectively. So can the samples be regarded as drawn from the same population? Having standard deviation (2.5 inches). Here the level of significance is given to be 5%. So you see what in the question they are asking. They have given you two samples, one of 1000 sample size and one of 2000 sample size, with the means as 67.5 inches and 68 inches. So they are saying we wanted to test whether the same samples, they are from the same population. So that means suppose a person is having two kind of product, two kind of fans in a particular shop. So that means he is having two sample of fans. So he wanted to test whether the both of those samples, they are from the same company which is producing those kind of fans. So that is what could be tested using with this approach, right? So let's move on to the solution of this question. So we wanted to decide whether these two samples, they come from the same population or not. So how do we judge the population to be same? We can say the population to be same when it would have the same mean. So let us assume our hypothesis in the first step. Defining the hypothesis, our alternative hypothesis, because we want our population to be same, right? We wanted to judge whether it is same or not. So what we may say our alternative hypothesis as that the means, they are not equal. So that means it would be a two-tailed test. And we will create our null hypothesis by saying that the two means, they are equal to each other, right? So that means in words it could be said that the samples have been drawn from the same population in this case, right? So this is what we will check, and the level of significance here is given to be 5%. So let us calculate our test statistic. So we will calculate Z, which is defined by x1 bar minus x2 bar divided by square root of sigma 1 square by n1 plus sigma 2 square by n1. Now notice here that the standard deviation is given to be 2.5 inches for both the population. So that means your sigma 1 is equal to sigma 2 is equal to 2.5 here, right? And what is x bar, x1 and x2? So in the question, your x1 is given to be this quantity, your x2 is given to be this quantity, and this 1000 is given to be the sample 1 size, this 2000 is given to be the size of second sample, right? So you have all the parameters now with you, so you may compute the z value of this z. So it would be 67.5 minus 68.0 divided by square root of sigma 1 is equal to sigma 2 is equal to 2.5. So it would be 2.5 whole square, and then you have 1 divided by the value of n1, which is 1000, plus 1 divided by n2, which is the value of 2000, right? So it would be equal to minus 5.1 when you completely solve this. So this is our z calculated, the calculated value for z. So now the next step is to get the tabulated value for z for 5% level of significance. So if you refer back to the table, so there you would see what is the value for z for 5% level of significance. So the value for two-tailed test for 5% level of significance is this one, minus 1.96 to 1.96. Therefore, our tabulated value is this one. For this, we can draw the critical region. So here, say this is your 1.96 and here it is plus 1.96. And here it is negative value. So this is your critical region on both the sides, because this is a two-tailed test. For this critical region, now you will see your computed value. Now what is your computed value? So you have obtained the computed value as minus 5.1. So minus 5.1 would lie somewhere here. So that means it is lying in the critical region or the region of rejection. Therefore, according to this, we will say because your Z calculated value is less than Z tabulated value, therefore we reject the null hypothesis. So if you reject the null hypothesis, therefore H1 is accepted. The alternative hypothesis is accepted. And what was your alternative hypothesis? It was based on this, that the two means they are not equal to each other. So it said that mu1 was not equal to mu2. This was the statement for H1. So therefore we can say that we may conclude that at 5% level of significance, the two samples are not taken from the same population. Which has standard deviation as 2.5, which we have utilized here. So this is the result and the conclusion made by statistics. So I hope you understood this concept well with this example. So I'll see you next time in the next video. Thank you for watching.